Join me as I take on the wild adventures of Cancun, proving that it's definitely not for the faint of heart. Cancun is a name synonymous with sun-kissed beaches, crystal-clear waters, and vibrant nightlife. Every year, millions of tourists flock to this Mexican paradise in search of relaxation, adventure, and a healthy dose of fun in the sun. But beneath the glamorous facade, Cancun has a darker side, one that's often overlooked or downplayed by travel brochures and social media feeds. As a tourist in Cancun, you're not just a visitor, you're a target. Scammers, pickpockets, and opportunistic thieves are always on the lookout for unsuspecting travelers who are more focused on their Instagram feeds than their surroundings. And don't even get me started on the cultural differences that can quickly turn a dream vacation into a nightmare. From aggressive vendors to overly friendly locals, it's easy to get caught off guard in Cancun. One of the most significant risks in Cancun is the language barrier. Many tourists assume that everyone speaks English, but that's simply not the case. And when you combine that with the laid-back, party-centric atmosphere, you've got a recipe for disaster. Add in the fact that the local authorities often turn a blind eye to petty crimes, and you're left feeling vulnerable and exposed. So, what can you do to stay safe in Cancun? Research is key, folks. Don't rely on your hotel or tour operator to warn you about the dangers. Do your own due diligence. Read reviews, talk to fellow travelers, and stay informed about local conditions. And when you're out and about, trust your instincts. If a situation feels off, it probably is. Don't be afraid to walk away or seek help from a trusted source. One of the most common scams in Cancun is the timeshare trap. You'll be approached by friendly locals who promise you the deal of a lifetime on a luxury vacation package. But what they're actually selling is a worthless contract that'll leave you feeling fleeced and frustrated. Then there's the classic friendly local scam, where someone approaches you with a sob story or a fake friendship, only to ask for money or personal favors. And let's not forget about the taxis. Always negotiate the fare up front, or you'll find yourself paying an arm and a leg for a short ride. I remember reading a story about a tourist who got caught up in a particularly nasty scam. She was approached by a group of friendly locals who promised to take her on a private snorkeling tour. She paid up front, and they vanished into thin air. The worst part? She had to spend the rest of her vacation dealing with the fallout, trying to get her money back and reporting the incident to the authorities. It was a nightmare, and one that could have been easily avoided. Another tourist was arrested for unknowingly carrying counterfeit cash. The police stopped him on the street, accused him of being a criminal, and demanded a hefty bribe to let him go. It was a terrifying experience, and one that could have ended in disaster if he hadn't had the presence of mind to call his embassy. I met a tourist who got caught up in a wild party on the beach, only to wake up the next morning with no memory of what happened, and a bunch of mysterious charges on her credit card. She was devastated and her vacation was ruined. These are just a few examples of what can go wrong in Cancun, and why it's so important to be vigilant and informed. In conclusion, Cancun might be a beautiful destination, but it's not for the faint of heart. You need to be aware of the risks, do your research, and stay on your toes. Don't let the glamour and glitz of this Mexican paradise blind you to the potential dangers that lurk beneath the surface. If you've got a travel tip or a Cancun horror story to share, leave it in the comments below. And if you want to stay up to date on all my wild adventures, be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell.